Greetings all, this is Gilles, blessing be. Just want to I come and greet you today. I'm going to discuss a few ideas we're really moving towards this new cycle, this solar cycle that will change everything. We're very close to that. I'm going to pull a few cards, discuss a few ideas, and the first idea I wanted to discuss was is the fact that our higher self exists on a higher planes, way above the astral planes. But it's also within us. Within us, there is all kinds of layer, all the way. My spirit guide showed me even God and paradise and the whole central universe and all the galaxies. Everything exists within on a much higher refined form, which is more true than any of this physical hologram. So know that your higher self is you and exists within you. It's just a matter of listening to it and following its guidance. We want to become fifth dimensional being. Eventually, there will be no rule when we're fifth dimensional being. We'll be totally free as long as we won't need to hurt ourselves or others. We'll have the respect, the understanding, the integration that will be able to be totally enjoy like fairies, like children. Like we'll be in total. And we'll attract the perfect partners as well to balance our energy and it's very important to love all aspects of ourselves, to include all our imperfection. If we reject anything that we consider to be imperfect, this part of ourselves will feel wounded. We are made of all states. God is made of all states of being, and so whatever dysfunction there is within ourselves, it is important to recognize, to accept, to love it, and by loving it, this imperfection will slowly integrate and will become part of ourselves, and will no longer become subject to this darker side. If this imperfection comes back, it is because it is a wounded part of ourselves that needs to be acknowledged. Otherwise, it will continue to plague us. Right now, there's a major sunspot. The sun is very prominent. There's a prominent actor in what is going on. The 1111 will be, there is this huge sunspot that the sun will increase its energy with the 1111 portal, and we have to expect in December this wave of revelation and disclosure. We've been asking for that for a very long time. And so it is coming. I wanted to discuss the idea that the emotions are the main source of illness and dysfunction for the body is receptive to this negative emotion. Even in a family situation, when the parents have negative emotion or conflict between them or within them, usually it even affects the environment, and the weakest element, the children, usually pick up. Most children get sick because of the negative impact. I'm not creating guilt or anything. I just want to be aware so we can arrange, we can fix things. And so negative emotions are very, very potent cause of illness, and it's within our environment, but energy knows no space and time. When you have if we have a negative emotion in relationship to someone that's far, it's better to stop the thoughts, to transmute the thoughts in whichever 00101110, or to breathe and to send good thoughts to all beings, even if they have even if they hate us, even if they don't like us, even if they have negative intention in relationship to us. Sending them positive and enlightened thoughts, positive energies, will create a shield and barrier, so the whatever negative energy they will send to us will bounce back, and it will assist them, because usually if we don't like anyone or anything, it's because there is this negative connection. So not everybody will be able to understand that, but I do believe that it is time we will eventually mature and understand that the love and joy will cancel all kinds of negative emotion. We're going to mature, we're going to let go, we're going to forget all of the past that's been difficult. And the more we are able to look like Source, to look like the Creator, to look like God, to align with the divine will, the better. And the more we can integrate, for this Source is truly infinite. There is an infinite Source that is, and this is our true nature. But the more we can embody of that Source, the better the more our eternal destiny will, the grander more. For it is not, we're not in competition with one another. We have eternity to discover that, so there is no rush also. but it is about understanding that this most inner being, this God self, is truly what we seek to become. For that is, and it's not like the personality of God is gonna overtake our own. For God within us, God has left His own personality out in order to fuse with our own personality and become us. It's quite intelligent. It's quite marvelous, and so. Understanding we are made of many parts. We're made of many parts. Whatever exists outside exists within as well. We have part of us that is reptilian within our DNA, and that's also what sometimes we're blocked in the drama of the reptilian mind. For it is a part of us. It's no need to deny it. Part of us is, rather than create this hatred in relationship to reptilian, to integrate our own part and to solve it. For we are insectoid, we are avians, we are aquatic. There is part of us that is angelic, that is celestial. All those parts, if we align with the source within, all those parts will find its proper relationship and will not be affected. For within our DNA, we have Draconians, we have Orion, we have Sirians, we have Pleiadians, we have Arcturians, we have Lyrians, we have Pegasian, we have Andromedan. This DNA is a replica of the DNA of God, and God is all inclusive. So, but there are certain parts that are dominant, and we want to work with whatever feels good, but not to necessarily deny or conflict with whatever other parts. It's called schizophrenia when there are certain parts two parts that becomes dominant, but they're opposing themselves, and so we are pulled in all kinds of directions. Sometimes we have no choice. We have to deal with that and find the middle way. For there is also there is a high councils that all kinds of councils are making decisions right now to prepare for this new age, there is a solar cycle that is, everybody's following Gaia, the planet Earth. She's been suffering, and she's the one who's been calling those changes. For within the Earth, there is a civilization we know called like Agartha, and it's a Lemurian memory. Lemuria was a beautiful civilization, far more peaceful than even Atlantis, far more advanced, although not physical, but it connects us to the crystal energy. So we'll be do not be shy and be asking to go visit the inner planes, the inner caverns full of crystals, and even the inner Agartha, the Shambhala, Telos, and all those places. And so there's been the Melchizedek receivers, which is the Melchizedeks are the teachers of heaven and the first seniority order of the local universe. They are super intelligent beings that they never falter, and their wisdom is always is assisting the whole universe on even the celestial realm. So you can trust the Melchizedek. They are universal logos. For there's 24 Melchizedek receivers that have come in council in the inner planes, and to make sure that the prophecy of Maitreya will realize. Maitreya is an ascended master that's been chosen to restore the memory of humanity, that will bring about those revelation. We cannot say too much, but it will happen. It will communicate in our own billions of beings in their own language. A whole amazing story. It's like Maitreya was one of the guides of the Lord Buddha. Is the Buddha of the future, the cosmic Christ. For the cosmic Christ is awakening within many beings, and we're gonna pass this solar gate. For the karmic boards have decided, approved that plan to the return of Maitreya with Sanat Kumara, who's a beloved Sanat Kumara, who comes from Venus to assist us and cry on, and the Pleiadian will be assisting, and so there'll be, because we have much of our genetics that is connected to the Pleiadian. So there is a solar dharma wheel that is turning. There's the wheel of karma for a very long time. As the wheel of dharma, new laws will be understood, and there is a door that's going to be closing, a new one that's going to be happening. And so we want to continue to work with the divas, the elfic divas, and the Devic angels that are coordinating the elementals to be in alignment. So during those shifts, we'll constantly be receiving energies from the invisible world, and we'll continue to grow and learn from another dimension, from another level. Just relax and the main thing is to relax and to enjoy the show as much as possible. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what today were guidance from the angels, and then discuss, bring about just some idea of just an idea about some models and galactic society. For we're preparing ourselves for initiating a new model of society. And so I do feel that cut is coming. The past is patience. We've been very patient. We've been very patient with the process. Sometimes we've been wanting to, hey, humanity, wake up. Let's move on to this joy. Let's move on to this creative, this abundant, this joyful, this reunion, this communion, this celebration. Let's move on now. But there's all kinds of things that need to be removed. Right now, it is the solution. The solution is there. There is a solution that is presenting itself naturally, and the future is hesitation. For I do feel it. There is still like a part of us that is like, oh, it's the water's cold there. Do I really want to go into this water? It is cold, yeah, but the warm water, you have to pass the cold water in order to reach the warm water that is beyond. So eventually what's going to be happening is we're going to receive assistance from heaven, is the card of luck. So there's going to be some lucky event that's going to assist us in traversing the last the last bit of turmoil. Right now what we're working on is the destiny. It is fulfilling our destiny, and what's going to be coming is we're going to find our place into the world. It's complementarity. We're going to find the complement, the complements, the energies that we need to complete our life cycle will be coming to us through this process of luck, and we'll be able to assist, to complement the world in their process as well. And so to briefly discuss this resonance, we will see what happens, what unfolds, what is the new solar cycle that is happening. There are many galactic societies that have been functioning for millions of years in perfect harmony, in concord, in peace, and so there are many systems. But this is basically what's happening on Agartha. And on other civilization as well. For the society is ruled by a council of 12. 12 is a magic number. It is like there's 12 months, there is 12 color within the full spectrum of light. For the whole celestial mathematics is on base 12. Here we work on base 10, but so everything's ruled by council, six men, 6 women in physical world, when there is physicality and when there is manifested. So there is, in order to keep the balance, there is always 6 and 6, and then each society, there is no need for a central government, a central power that controls everything. Each community regulates itself, and so this council of 12 regulates the community, and then it's connected to 12 councils of 12. And then those 12 councils are depending on the size of the community. After that, each council of 12 that's on the second level will be connected to 12 other councils of 12. And in advanced civilization, democracy works. Everybody is being asked to work in those councils. There is a rotation, even on the constellation level, the Varonandek, the fathers of the constellation are rotating in their power cycle system. So eventually democracy will work in enlightened society. When society is not enlightened, I'm more on the Platonian side, that republic is better. Let's put aside those who have the most wisdom, the most administrative wisdom, and let them decide who's got the most power to regulate society. But eventually we're going to find the balance between democracy and republic. But in advanced society, democracy works, and taxation is illegal. Nobody's taxing you anything, there is no need for taxation. It is not practiced. And everything's based on universal right. If nobody gets involved in anything, if it's not a win-win situation, if anybody can be hurt by any transaction, commercial transaction or whatever. And so and all goods have equal value. It means that we find fair trade, and then there is always, of course, there is arbiters, and so, but there is always fair trade. The idea, and if we don't have sometimes civilization, we have a need within our civilization. There is another civilization that has the technology that we need, and we don't have some. If we have something to trade that they need, then we'll trade. If they don't, there is a solidarity. If we don't have anything valuable enough to trade for what they can give us, we can borrow the technology and then return it when we have finished using it. For the everything is there is also those who have who have demonstrated a higher wisdom. They usually couples. Everything for we work in with our own soul partner, and those are high priest and high priestess. They work within the temple. They are the wisest individual, and they work as arbiters of things. They are referees. They have a neutral position, and they are able to determine what is the highest good outside of their own necessity of highest what serves them. It's not about what serves them. They have this ability because of their wisdom to be neutral in relationship. And among all that, there is the wisest couple is usually made the rulers, the deciding and those are working under the supervision of the Melchizedek, and so because they have this sensitivity, and so usually, and it's like the torch is passed on from generation to generation. And then there are also the councils of 9, who also are creative beings that are envisioning different possibilities for the expansion of society, and then it is presented to the councils of 12 to see how applicable it is. And then for what we need, usually the societies develop an agriculture that's based on hydroponic, that's influenced by very specific crystals that accelerate the growth and put all that is, unless there is replicated technologies, but otherwise we can grow from nature some like amazing fruits that are growing along with the crystals, specific crystals. We're gonna come into much, and so we're gonna come into a very different world very quickly. Things takes time, but we're gonna decide on a very different model of society very soon. I hope this message resonated with you. For everybody's got different ideas, inspiration. So we're gonna be able to create a society that's made of the best ideas of humanity as well. For now, they're in conflict between right and left, but this will pass because of the revelation. It's gonna shake a little. There's the revelations that are coming that are gonna shake up the whole. And all those limited beliefs will be shaken up. I'm going to pull 4 cards and then sing a song, and then for this idea of celebration has been very prominent. I don't know what's coming. For now, I'm still feeling I'm sitting between 2 worlds, 2 chairs. I'm very this a bit of insecurity, but so what. But it will change. I have to keep the faith to my event. The highest wisdom is not for you. It's to see all the things that are denied right now to us are not for us. It is a blessing that God prevents us from reaching certain things because it is not the time, because it is not the right thing. There is so much that will be coming, that will be even better than what we think. We have to align with this inner source and trust the wisdom of the inner source, trust the wisdom of the universe, the wisdom of God. What we need to understand is the trading of gift. It's about giving and receiving. It's about celebrating. There's going to be a lot of celebration, a lot of exchange, it's going to be like Christmas every day. It's like this Christmas is going to be a lot more spiritual than most other Christmas, because it's like all the energies of the time. But it's going to be Christmas every day, the birth of the Christ every day, this awakening every day. We're going to live in this eternal now eventually. For now, what we need to do is is going in circle. For it is the past is still showing us this old way, and so we want to stop turning in circle. For that, we need to move forward, but there's still this hesitation that is there, and so it's maybe a bit delicate. The outcome is the in-between world. This understanding, we're still in a position of transition, so it's about relaxing, letting go of the need to be in control of it all, because we're in between world. It's like a buffer zone. We do not see it all. We do not feel it all. We do have to trust. So in terms of the wisdom, once we accept that those things that are refused to us right now are not for our highest good, we can. It's about chopping wood. It's about preparing to do those things that we need to do in order to be ready. Once we stop going in circle for this kind of what we need to do is to go in circle. It's hard to say. Well, wisdom is to go in circle, but it's about being flexible. Flexibility. It's about being able to adapt, to be adaptive, to be content with simplicity, and then eventually to understand, to get wisdom. There is not really need to grow more cards in relationship to the exchange of gift, but in between world, there is no a total clarity for what's coming. It's still going to be still going to be a little bit this transition period. There will not be total clarity yet. I do believe there's going to be clarity coming with this 11-11, and the wisdom about it is the yin card. It's allowing things to form naturally rather than going forcing. It's to be in a receptive mode, to allow things to allow things to unfold with grace and ease. Well, I hope this message was resonant with you. I'm going to sing a song that it's an old song, but it speaks about this. This coming new age. It's about this golden age that is coming. The band was called the Fifth Dimension already, and the song is called The Age of Aquarius. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding, no more falsehoods or derision, golden living, dreams of vision, mystic, crystal, revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shining. We have to allow the sun to shine in. And it's really the age, this golden age is the age of the sun. The solar wheel is going to be turning, and so we want to be prepared for that. I'm going to pull one final card. For in the French reading, it was the card of celebration, the Three of Cups, the great card of celebration. Here we have the Emperor, which is a major card. We are inviting the Archangel Uriel with his silver light and all the many frequencies of light to inundate our life. Stability and efficiency. Taking a situation at hand. And ambitious project. So it's very much a seat of power. We're going to be seated within our I Am presence, which is a seat of power. We're going to have all these new responsibilities. We'll be wise about it. We'll be good with it. And so there is really nothing to fear and much to enjoy. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.